Alright, time to continue where I left off. Technically, I already reached my target of, getting to AR 29 prior to my birthday, which is in like 2 hours. So that's pretty fun. So I'm just going to continue the story a little bit.
Come see these rare and precious curios. That's just plain stupid. Not yet.
Yeah, if I finish.
It's not quite festive.
Is there anything I can do for you two?
We've come to see Zhongli.
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong? Last time we saw Zhongli, do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? We had better go and make
Julie's out of stock, but we have some new items in.
Cuisine is incredible. Where has Master gone this time?
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you! You're also one of the Harbinger?
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the City of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
No, don't let her get to you! You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Lyric goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. I witnessed the founding of Liyue, together with the Adepti 3,700 years ago. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. That's right, which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. Why, you even deserved an encore. The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with such a crisis, they exerted the greatest amount of restraint. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even tried to understand the heart of the people. And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Signora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence, far from the eavesdropping ears of her colleague Child, just as I had requested. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for walking that path with me, Traveler. These things were all a part of my script. The only unforeseen plot twist was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
Ha! On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Lol.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we've spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really...
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think. I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they called him Child.
The Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy, crooked folks...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis, too.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very possible indeed. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things?
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement.
Hear ye all! The Chising's words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue to grieve not and to let not their hearts be saddened. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chising's announcement said. So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how could the Chising already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh. Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they...
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But
the long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler,
Yikes! She really is
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
So expected.
Perhaps mementos for Rex Lapis might be the best short-term business opportunity.
Lol.
And to think I'd put my best perfume up. But it seems as if those perfumes really were meant to be offered to Rex Lapis. Well, that's fine.
As for the mortals and adepti of Liyue,
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Xinyue kiosk.
That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Xinyue kiosk.
You're right. I do lack the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse a little for my new life.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as positions, roles, and lives. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. Yes, the nation has been closed by order of its deity, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in...
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the shogun of the Inazuma Bakufu, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of a statue of the 1,000-armed, 100-eyed god.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa, that's hard.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto heaven. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse, I will never know. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received news in secret that Rex Lapis was not dead. I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particularly convenient Adepti art known as gifting dreams and visions? All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way. Most of them put the blame for everything on Child.
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Qixing from defeating the ancient god. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Keqing is absolutely right in saying this. Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, and thought as a matter of course that she must have been behind the Qixing's plan to take governing power over Liyue from the hands of the gods and Adepti, could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
That's right. Zhongli, now that you don't have your gnosis, what's going to happen to all the Mora in Teyvat? Since Morax is dead, are they all just going to disappear? Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Will it even continue to work?
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time, since creating Mora requires the use of the Geo Archon's power.
This is terrible! We're all about to run out of Mora! The world is coming to an end!
Yes, this is indeed a major issue from a financial standpoint. Well, I suppose we'll just leave such troublesome matters to the Liyue Qixing to debate.
Then, did you at least set some private funds aside for yourself?
Oh, a private fund.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time.
You gotta be kidding me.
All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation.
Children, come, come.
Oh, what?
Oh, no, no. In fact, my old friends and I...
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so... When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, that simply won't do. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation abilities atrophy. Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, it is a blessing we old folks once received from Rex Lapis. Part of I will not go into too much The teapot that you entered previously was a
So, in the eyes of an Adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world of one's own. Rex Lapis, on the other hand, moved mountains and seas. But that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift that I have prepared for you
That's right!
Oh, settle down now, children. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the material. Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Mar. You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glazed lilies. But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner, since even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the chasm. In any case, smaragdus jadeite is an adept. Goodness knows if that child was.
Well, since you're an Adeptus, Granny.
Yes.
She counts? How come there are so many Adepti in Liyue?
Oh, maybe so.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This Yenfei, I believe you already heard of the traveler.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about you in the Millilith's record. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millilith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared. A shame that we didn't meet if we had. Well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yenfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me. Oh, yes, here's my business card. If you have an urgent issue, just leave.
All right, Yenfei, all right. You'll have to excuse Yenfei.
Paimon was gonna ask the same question.
An Adeptus? I guess, kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently. Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much. So, Granny, I've gotten the chasm's been sealed off, and there's just...
Is that so? Yanfei, are you sure you can...
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the cat...
Oh, whoa. That's a...
Commercial consultancy. Crossel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins. So, I guess I'll go look for him. Oh, you want to join?
Wow. Best we...
Please be mindful of personal safety.
Neighborhood.
Oh, that guy.
You can't be...
Hello, Mr. Crossel.
Oh, good, very good.
You're too kind. I was simply...
Well, yes, Miss Yanfei. Might I presume that you...
Wait! Isn't Smaragdus jadeite...
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because the contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, in return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Miss Jiqiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value...
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need.
In that case, might you know where Miss Jiqiao lives?
Oh, of course. She wrote...
Thanks a lot, Mr. Cross.
Lee Pavilion. Best Lee food in town.
Where has Master gone this time?
I can't wait to see my adorable dog.
Lord, I want to see some action.
Yeah.
You have 2 seconds to tell me what you need.
You do tell the cleverest jokes there. Bang! Pass and with that. Sealed.
Cuisine is inedible.
Your cuisine is disgusting.
Why do I have to give her that trophy?
Best food in town.
What's the issue? Oh, yeah. Is that here?
With the wind!
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me.
How do you do, Monsieur Chow? My associates and I are very
The hairpins. I don't know how it could have happened. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value... My family is in the ore business. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around. So we've been having to purchase. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants That's what the hairpins were for, too. But now that I've lost the hair...
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong...
Would you really?
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet.
Huh? Well,
let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's elite true.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossel. Furthermore, and given the rarity of Smaragdus Jadeite, I fear that the final...
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid into the hair...
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost. Whichever way you look at it, we've got to...
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the Jadeite is genuine, would there?
Please. Please, however much it is, I will have to pay it. Now that it's come to this,
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow.
What did I feel? Well, my family has seen much...
Smooth to the touch. No, it's nothing. I just need to
Man, I don't want to do that.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. You lost them?
I'm sorry.
Mora! I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring...
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need... It was in fact genuine Smaragdus...
Of course!
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow.
Thank you very much.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to...
Please wait, Mr. Chow. It's not convenient to speak here, so...
My
Miss Yanfei, what is this
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus Jadeite after...
What do you mean?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus Jadeite is found deep underground, and if mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell?
No, not at all.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental... If I've deduced correctly, he may still have...
If that's the case, we should go confront him.
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would... And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately...
Well then, since you're so
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first,
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? It feels like Yanfei is even more
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me, any work commissioned but not bound by a contract can...
I understand. Then...
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Fine.
This contract has so many pages.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract.
I've had a read through.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this... I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask...
Because, as it happens, I'm currently... Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter. Also, The idea of someone abusing the... But again, let's not dwell on this. Ah, I've got it. Let's pay if Mr. Crossell had his ore worked on at all, Chateau...
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh! Surely not more...
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnayan merchant named...
A Snezhnayan... I do remember. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jada. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. Why, yes.
Thank you, sir. We'll take...
Hold out 5 hours.
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings. Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proved.
A thin layer of... If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy.
Is that so? So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao is able to
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my... These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would... There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, and, I'm sure, a significant...
All right, let's focus up.
But, never mind, Shirto.
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them.
to make people see?
Are you love waiting on Jade?
Miss Yenfei?
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the...
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the...
Of course.
Oh, I have my reason. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the...
Yes, I see.
I wouldn't say there's been an incident.
With this hard evidence to back us up?
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Aha! Got it! Xingxi.
Well, that was quick.
Because lots of people come to me for legal... As you know, Liyue Harbor, but the amendments, as such, legal
So you help them make sense of the law?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle, because I've memorized all the legal codices. You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter. Oh, this has nothing to do with being in a debt.
Again with that
Well, that's that then.
Try your luck betting on Jade?
Jewelry's out of stock, but we have some new items in.
Oh, Miss Yenfei, it's...
Have no further trouble. Has a merchant by the name of...
Crossell. Yeah, the design of the hairpins that he gave me, this order was on hold for a very long time.
Doesn't seem like there's any
Miss Xingxi, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Miss...
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the Mr. Crossell wasn't very familiar with... I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself, the inlaid gemstone is recorded.
Thank you, Xingxi. Now...
Sure, it isn't serving much purpose here anyway.
Nothing you need to worry about.
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone or something is...
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make...
The weirdo?
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus... Once we have this final piece of...
Please. My. To what? And if it isn't Miss Yenfei's...
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar.
Smaragdus jadeite? Why, yes, there is some. The 7 mountain treatises state it is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged... Anyway, I'm sure you do. I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to...
That is indeed the case.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted. I wonder, Miss Yenfei...
You needn't...
You're too...
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossell.
Miss Yanfei, have you...
Yes, my investigation is indeed...
Wonderful. Well...
Of course. Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow...
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her?
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which...
Material evidence? I spent a huge sum to obtain...
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Trav, this is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus jadeite and Smaragdus nephrite. In any case, Smaragdus nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite. So I had him cut away the nephrite, he returned the valuable jadeite core to me, and some nephrite samples remain in the store.
That's an unsubstantiated...
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence...
Hard evidence. Something legally binding. We have just the thing.
This document proves that my...
Our second piece of evidence...
You know, you could be...
Of course I'm right. All the evidence...
Well, hang on a moment now, because Traveler, would you do the honors?
What?
Smaragdus jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring sustained contact with Smaragdus jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and fall seriously. Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus jadeite? No idea, you say? I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient, considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation.
What? Wait!
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear, Mr.
Huh? No,
Aren't actually in... You do understand, Mr. Crossell?
Yep, he's seriously intimidating right now.
I admit it. I confess. But I'm a victim in all of this, too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus jadeite, in the hopes of turning it into a piece of jewelry that would fetch a fine price. But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn. That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite. I kept the real Smaragdus jadeite and especially I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them.
Exactly! If they weren't...
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew if word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then my day...
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client.
10 times.
Crosel looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my
20%? That's a...
Even if the Smaragdus jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear... However, Mr. Crosel, since you have no use for that...
What? But
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn this Smaragdus...
Well, that's not...
Thanks so much for your help this time.
Oh, come on. Well then, that's good. Mr. Crosel, it seems that my client has no...
Is that...
Actually, I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works... If we could join forces, your jewelry designs...
Okay. Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus jadeite that Granny wants too.
Exactly. Even though...
The right solution depends on... The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that the rented item was nowhere near worth what the vendor had claimed it to be, an Adeptus. Speaking of, Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by... The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a... In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today...
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
Well, since we got what we came for...
Food in town.
You've returned. How did it go?
Well, if we're all...
Oh, you.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh, yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't... I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not?
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Indeed, Yanfei might be overly garrulous. Leo, all right then.
Oh, Paimon's so excited!
There, hold it firmly. If you were to take these blueprints with you as well.
Wait a minute, Granny!
Oh, you needn't worry about that.
Do I like an island? Do I like a mountain? Or do I like floating a boat? I like floating. I like floating a boat.
Wow! This teapot seems even bigger inside than Madame Ping's! There's even a great big house in the middle, huh? But there's just a whole load of nothing around it. Hey! There's a perfectly good house still. Oh, wait a s- Wow! It's a huge finch! Excuse me. Hang on a... Oh, call me. I suppose you may call... So you're the... Madam Ping? Oh, you may leave all Your journey may be far from over. But at least, though it is the Adepti who create realms such as this, thus, we teapot spirits, you may consider me. Now, have you any blueprints on you? As long as you have a blueprint, you can Blueprints? Yes, these are the... Just commit the image of the objects, then simply release...
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city inside, couldn't we?
I doubt it. A golden-eyed adeptus he said that even though subspace creation is a product, this world is not a true one, after all. It provides merely
a golden-eyed adeptus?
I hardly remember myself. What's more, well, let's not dwell on if there's anything... Maybe you're... When breaking new ground, I'll teach you more.
How to leave?
Maybe you're... If you ever have...
Oh, okay.
Oh, wonderful. Little flowers.
Join the Adventurers Guild.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Not bad.
Go.
Time for your arraignment! Incinerate!
Windblade!
Boom boom!
Sacred name, fortune preserver. Rise.
To ashes! Wrath of the flame! Incinerate!
Fly there.
Motion to compel! Yikes!
Eyes on me! Back off!
With the wind!
Life goes on. Faster? Okay, faster.
Another test subject. That's it. Fry! Have a little taste! Fry!
Disappear!
I got careful, huh? The wrong test subject.
Go. Faster.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Orders given. Orders received.
Boom boom! Inadmissible evidence!
Should.
Power that ended hype!
With the wind! Wind blade!
Picked the wrong test subject.
Back off!
Motion to compel!
Wheel of life.
Incinerate! Breath of the flame!
I did.
Wind blade!
Rise. Sacred name, fortune preserver.
to ashes!
There's no end to this.
Another
Visible evidence! Boom!
With the wind!
Fry!
Go.
Disappear!
Eyes on me!
Incinerate! Breath of the flame!
Honey, just call me Daddy.
Motion to compel!
Try your luck betting on Jade? Master gone this time?
Ooh. Really?
Join the adventures.
What's this? Okay. Go all the way to was that then? Rank up.
Traveler, please, over here. It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Are your adventures going smoothly? Is that so? Another person to count on it.
Yep, and it's even.
Ah, yes. Let me consult our records.
Wand. Wait, do you mean. Does that stranger's face look.
Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more.
Seriously?
That stranger declined. Nonetheless, you can look for him. After all, and should the stranger be a strong adventurer indeed, he would certainly be a big help on your journey. Please don't talk down on yourself like your deeds are the stuff of song for all the well, as to further, he stands guard at the city gate. I wish you every
Settings hasn't sent me some promo codes, so redeem now. Enter redemption code. Okay, DSP. DSP VUN 2BKH5M. Exchange. Okay, the next one. CB7UU6KT2H59. Exchange. And then NTPVU7 JTJYPD. Alright, so claim. Okay. Nice. 300. So
Honorary Knight. Is something the matter? A stranger with an eye patch. He was wandering all over Mondstadt at first. I lost him pretty quickly. As long as Master Jean is here, there's...
That might be true, but if it were up to Jean...
That is true. Anyways. Oh yeah, he was at Wagner's. You should go ask him.
What? You need something? Here, I remember him. He showed up a few days ago asking to buy a bunch of forging materials. Can't say I've heard of any of the materials he made. He then had a look at the weapons in my shop before leaving. If the Knights or the Guild want to get hold of him, let's see.
The angels share? Anyway,
What will it be? Grape juice or apple cider?
Hey, Charles! Have you seen a blonde stranger who wears an eye patch around here by any chance?
That I have. He comes here he even sometimes mixes his I don't know.
And what's Master Diluc?
Why, I just gave it to you.
Investigating everything is up.
If you're looking for that gentleman, he ordered some new bottle of wine. There's too many raucous patrons on the first floor. Ah, welcome, sir.
He's really here?
Why you need to go down there?
Hey, go on, drink some more.
Wow, he's got no intention of paying us any mind, huh?
A traveler, you say? Well, that's as good a
So...
That little one beside you.
That's not true, and you know it!
It's indeed a good thing to have someone accompany you on your travels. My name's Dainsleif. I suppose you have some business with me? Sure.
And he was so cold, just...
But I will require advance payment. 500 mora. The 500 is a one-time fee, and we'll settle the questions in a moment. That's it.
Well, now Paimon's got a really bad feeling. That kind of
Ah, thank you. Now, as for my questions, I'd like you to answer them here and now. The answer to a question says nothing about right and wrong. I only wish to know what your choices are. Question 1. The crisis Mondstadt faced was resolved by an alliance between yourself and that Animo Archon who calls himself Venti. Who, in your view, was the key? I know every... Well, answer the question.
He was actually Venti.
Is that your answer? Question number 2. Rex Lapis, who has defended Liyue Harbor for millennia on end, used his gnosis to lay down a contract. Who do you think will defend Liyue Harbor in the future, now that they've lost their deity? So that's your answer? Now for my final. This world has people who gained visions, and those who did not. Which of the two do you think hold more importance in the eyes of the gods? So, this is your answer then. As I thought. You really are similar to her. I'll take that 500 mora. That said, I only take commissions related to the Abyss Order. Like you, I am currently on a journey. You intend to find your sibling, while I wish to oppose the Abyss. Ugh. Those creatures that serve the Abyss are the fangs and claws by which the Order spreads chaos in the... I have come to Mondstadt this time while on the trail of an Abyss Herald.
An Abyss Herald?
An even more twisted abyssal being. One that commands the Abyss Mages.
Oh, that's right! We haven't encountered the non-human Abyss Order at all!
There's some reason behind... It's possible that they may have been under orders to avoid your path.
Oh, Oh, that does sound pretty dangerous. Maybe they're looking for a better time to ambush us or something. Uh-huh.
That manor. Well then, let's go see for ourselves, shall we? Let's meet up at the temple.
What would you like? Go on, drink some more. What would you like?
I love teleporting.
Windblade!
This abandoned temple does the Falcon of the West. Though it can soar in the wind. It, The scent of the abyss is getting stronger. It's not far now.
Paimon wonders what the Abyss Heralds look like. Do they look something like the Abyss Mages?
Let's head further in first. If we do see that creature, that'll spare me the explanation either way.
Rise. Opening box of Adepti tricks.
Incinerate!
Windblade!
Time for your arraignment! Motion to compel!
Windblade! With the wind!
Wheel of life.
Orders given. Orders received.
Just a few Abyss mages? Seems like that herald might have already... The Abyss. It is chaos. That is why even the Dragon of the East and the creatures of the Abyss desire nothing less than...
You seem to know a lot of...
I suppose that's as judging by the traces I'm following. Their next appearance may be... Perhaps we may find out...
Well, we're in Wolfendom now. Think Dane's waiting for us up ahead? We should meet up with him quick, in case the wolves decide they don't like him.
Lord of Wolfendom, great wolf king of the north, sharp of fang and keen of claw, and yet dwelling here only. No, I only know these things because a previous traveling companion of mine once wanted to... All right, let's go...
But where do we begin?
Indeed. See that? Floating... Knowing what I do of the Order's habits, they've probably left...
Do you think that those monsters by the bonfire are under the Abyss Order's control? Looks kinda scary. Let's beat them up first.
Rise.
Back off!
Looks like this bonfire's also got something to do with the abyss. Another one of those bonfire spells! Looks like the abyss really Yikes! Where did these monsters pop out from? Let's clear them out, and quick!
I'm fine.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Have you finished searching? I searched around these but they were left behind by abyss mages. It seems that even an abyss we should leave as well.
But now we're out of lead?
No. Let's get a move on then. I've heard about what happened to you during Mondstadt's crisis, but I suppose... In fact, if my memory... The first time I laid eyes upon the ruins of old Mondstadt, the dragon...
Huh? But Paimon remembers that Dvalin first got...
Don't think too much about it. Do you remember the light actuators that once sealed this... If the Abyss Order is interested in this location, let's go see what the situation...
Look! There are lots of monsters gathered over there.
Eyes on me!
Opening box of Adepti tricks.
Yeah.
Boom boom! Time for your arraignment!
With the wind! Wind blade!
Life goes on.
Back off!
So good.
You have it, one.
Incinerate!
Faster.
Motion to inadmissible evidence!
Power that ended Paishan!
Oh, so in the end, we still couldn't find that Abyss Herald.
I wouldn't call not having to gaze upon such a creature a shame exactly.
No.
How good it would be if all perils one encounters in their journeys could simply be solved by going around them. Once upon a time, yes.
You know, Dane, where are the...
She no longer travels. I'm afraid that traveling can be too exhausting.
Oh.
I still have some things left unfinished.
Yep, hey! Once you find your... Mondstadt's fisherman's still... Either way, we should settle down in a place where there's good food.
Home. Well, it won't be too late to think about where you stay once you... While you're still traveling, you should...
Huh? What's familiar?
A familiar feeling, you say? It could... Whichever it is, we can reach the top of that
Oh, Dane moves really fast, doesn't he? Let's use that wind current nearby to catch up.
Can you still sense that familiar feeling that you spoke of earlier?
But it doesn't feel like there's anything...
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything strange about this place. It doesn't look any different from the last... My traveling companion... Me? I merely followed my traveling companion around on that journey. Huh? A ruin guard's footprint. A ruin guard was wandering around here? No peace to be found, even for a single dandelion.
What's gotten into you? You were just spacing out. Huh? But how could that be? You only touched that dandelion for a second.
Perhaps that dandelion bears some sort of... As for why...
You're saying so the...
Do not rush. Vexation and anxiety are the enemy of rational thought. At least you now know that she is still on this world at this time. The most important thing is the journey. Yes, may you find your kin at the end of that.
Huh?
Only for now. After all, I did take 500 mora and those 3 answers you gave me.
Oh, yes! Yes! They have the audacity to go after anything! The 7 dragons, gods. No ancient artifact that relates. Still, this time is different. Oh, traveler.
Huh? Ganyu.
Hello. We were just...
Yes. We were just saying how...
But we recently received intel from the Ministry of Civil Affairs that 2 big-time treasure hoarders in Leo...
2 big-time...
Yes. They're known as Big Sis of the South and Raptor of the North.
Oh, Raptor! Paimon remembers he tried to run away from Amber and Mondstadt.
You already know something then. I guess you must have crossed paths with... You were correct. She's the head of the treasure hoarders in Leo. Some say that the god of thieves even bestowed a gift upon her for her exploits.
Anyway, the treasure hoarders discovered some previously despite how dangerous that makes it, they have already devised a plan. They will send out a decoy to divert...
To this end, Big Sis and Raptor have reportedly recruited a certain Grand Thief from Fontaine.
Grand Thief?
Oh, indeed. The Grand Thief is highly respected in the treasure hoarders, in the same way that we adventurers look up to great adventurers. Ah, so you're familiar with the author of the Tevat Travel Guide, then. So, despite being relative big-timers in Liyue and Mondstadt, Big Sis and Raptor had to put in a lot of work to convince a thief of his status to come in.
With the major changes in Liyue recently, the Ministry of Civil Affairs and the... But anything related to the Abyss makes me feel... So I decided to come to the Adventurers Guild to post a commission.
Mm-hmm. Leave this...
Oh.
Good to see this in the...
Add Astro... Add Astra...
Yeah, at the beginning, it has to be on the other end of the map.
here!
Motion to compel.
Sacred name, fortune preserver.
Boom boom! Breath of the flame. Motion to compel.
Back off!
There are signs of treasure hoarder activity here. They must have come to these ruins. Let's go deeper inside. Paimon sure hopes Ganyu's information is reliable. There aren't many guards here. Looks like their plan to draw away the Abyss Order's forces really worked.
Eyes on me!
here. This should be the right direction. But why does it feel stranger and stranger as we make it deeper into these ruins? Be careful now. Paimon's right behind you. Could it be that? Why is he in that position? That's... Why? And the statue's hands. Paimon remembers they're normally holding an orb, but this... and the... hello? Paimon doesn't feel so good. We can't stay here! Quick, run!
This is not the end.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Boom, boom! Yeah.
You have come here as a
An Abyss Herald?
Dainslith. Did he send you here to the Abyss? His
What is this power? Pirates never seen it before! Careful! Please don't get cocky!
It's a roar!
go. Oh. Wow. Like,
I see. In that case,
What? Oh, such a strong enemy. Who knew the Abyss Order had monsters this... Huh? What is it? Oh, right.
So, we meet again. A little sooner than I...
Hey, it's Dane!
Judging by your expression, could it be that you encountered...
Huh?
I've been on the Abyss Herald's trail. I didn't expect to find you here as well. An inverted statue of the Seven, holding abyssal power in its hands. Tell me the rest of what happened in there.
And then, as we got close to the exit, we fought a big battle with...
Yes, this is a rare opportunity indeed.
Let's go!
Where is her? Where the hell is Southwest? Huh?
Incinerate! Ha! Ha! Ta! Ha! Cha!
Jauhnya aku sesat.
Sometimes the law is compatible with human nature, but sometimes the two conflict. Balancing the two is a discipline in its own right. Boom, boom! Inadmissible evidence!
Ya, suruh pergi sini tu.
Motion to compare!
Back off! Just a scratch.
Incinerate!
Wind blade!
Those abyss mages.
No. They were just digging.
Oh, is that? Looking for chaos devices, chaos circuits? You know.
In fact, I was nearby and they seemed to be searching the room. However, they look disappointed. So it would seem they haven't found it yet.
Well then, why didn't you grab one of them just now and ask what they were up to?
I certainly don't mean to be merciful, but I have a feeling that one cannot or rather, these abyss mages like... All right.
Faster? Okay, faster.
With the wind! Wind blade!
Rise. Opening box of Adeptitrix.
There are no coincidences, and just like your appearance in that tavern. Time is just waiting for those seeds to forget it. The connection, but rather they are both
branches.
Both originate from an ancient nation that was destroyed 500 years ago.
Huh? Really? The Abyss Order and Ruin Guards are Oh, right. As your guide, Paimon should... Huh? You have memories of being there.
Is that so? But, if you would like to tell me, I will listen. So, the Khaenri'ah you saw, what was it like?
So that's the complete story, huh?
I see. So your first memory after coming to this world was being awoken by your sister from within that meteorite.
It seems your sister woke up first.
And then your sister told you that the destruction of Khaenri'ah plunged the whole world into chaos.
The destruction of Khaenri'ah? She said that?
That destruction you witnessed, it seems the first time you awoke in this world was indeed during...
Huh. So your sister must have understood this world better.
And it was shortly after that that you encountered an unknown god who blocked your path.
Oh, Paimon knows this.
I understand. When you awoke at that time and hurriedly tried to leave for another world, you didn't know anything about But now, since you have come to gain some understanding of Tevat, you are able to guess that the war you witnessed all those years ago.
Ah, if that's the case, you must have been before going to Mondstadt. You had just looked at some vague materials. Later, we managed to gather. So the whole time you were just trying to learn more about Conria so you could find your sister? Oh, yeah. You can travel around the 7 nations to find the 7. But where can you go to find a nation that was destroyed 5?
I probably know more about Conria than both of you. Conria was a nation without a god. Not because it had a god that died or abandoned them, but it was a powerful nation, built purely by humans. An unprecedented flourish.
A nation?
Later events unfolded just as you remember.
You mean?
500 years ago, the gods descended. The pride of humankind was uprooted and crushed. Like a...
How could that be? The history books don't say anything about that.
Yes, well, continuing to discuss the past now will only dampen our spirits. Let's keep moving.
Was just...
No. Ruin Guard is the name modern people have given these machines. These Ruin Guards were known as field tillers by the people.
Field tillers? What a strange name.
It's not like you think. Field tiller was just a code name. The land is not to be tilled with farming tools, but rather is to be fought for with steel and blood.
Fought for with steel and blood?
After the destruction of Conria, these masterless field tillers, they wandered aimlessly over the centuries, perhaps resonating with the sorrow of other civilizations lost to time.
Well, that sounds so sad.
Once you understand more, though, but no matter their past.
Eyes on me!
Motion to compel! Wrap up in flame!
Disappear! Wind blade!
Wait. Oh.
Not bad. Not bad. This isn't good.
sacred name, Fortune Preserver.
Huh? This a bit.
This talisman seems connected to the abyss here. Perhaps it really does
But Paimon can't.
engulf the faith of an enemy in flame and bring glory to Her Highness the Princess.
What?
Loom of Fate initial operation. The Abyss, seem to be carrying out a large operation. It seems like they are still launching the operation, or rather...
Loom of Fate? What's that? Is it literally a fate-leaving machine? From the horrible feeling Paimon's been getting, those eerie ruins are super likely to be so Dane...
I'm reading it now.
How so?
In short, the first phase of the plan is related to Osile, Overlord of the Vortex.
The Overlord of the Vortex? You mean that god in the ocean? What do they want with Osile?
I know of your past heroics regarding Dvalin, and I also know of the Abyss Order's role in the Storm Terror incident, though you may not have been aware of it at the time. You were thwarting an Abyss Order operation similar to this.
Last time it was Venti's old friend. This time it's a huge ancient god. Will the Abyss Order use their lies and dark magic?
No. From the contents of the talisman this operation goes, they won't just corrupt Osile's mind. They also plan to use the ancient technology behind the field tillers to completely transform Osile's...
So wait, the Abyss Order wants to make some sort of cybernetic squid god of mass destruction?
Very few people today truly understand the civilization of Khaenri'ah. Though, of course, the accuracy of that understanding itself is difficult to judge. Only the Abyss Order has consistently sought out the remnants of Khaenri'ah. Despite being far from human, they seek out this lost human civilization quite persistently. The talisman's message states that they will use the defiled statue as a base, attaching Osile's limbs to construct a mechanized god, and the new core that shall replace the orb usually held by the Statue of the Seven is the eye of the very first field.
The eye of the very first field tiller?
It would seem so.
This whole thing keeps getting more
Yes. A core, thereby imbuing the newly born god with the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia.
Oh boy. Since no one knows where the first field tiller is, how about we take the information about the statue as the starting point for our investigation? Yeah, that tone-deaf bard is too difficult to track down anyway.
The cathedral.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, cool.
A huge statue, a grandiose cathedral. But how aware of this was the Animo Archon on receiving this?
Faith doesn't ask for anything.
As long as the...
Shh! We're about to end. Actually...
I never specifically said I would enter the...
Huh?
You are the honorary Knight of Mondstadt. Having me tag along would only make them suspicious. Correct. And just as our little friend... When a non-believer steps onto holy ground, I have never received the faith... That's enough about that.
Okay, then...
I should warn you about one thing. The Church of Favonius wouldn't ignore the matter of the statue. But if also... meddling...
Dr. Barbara. Oh, there you are.
Honorary Knight. But I should first make it clear.
It seems she hasn't... Oh, we're here to ask some questions about something. Barbara?
Huh? You're here to ask about that old story? A long time ago, there was indeed nearly every member of the church joined in the church's records, as you might assume. Of course.
Nothing? Sorry, Barbara, but we can't tell you...
Other strange stories. I'm not...
The tyrant's final...
Oh, this refers to a time of great danger. Many, many years ago, there was a
balls of fire rain.
People at that time believed it was a curse laid down by the god of storms. So this strange phenomenon continued for about a year. No one was ever able to solve it. Right. Later, the theory of the tyrant's final fury became less probable in the eyes of the church. Common reason, perhaps it was something else that caused the... Anyway, this incident might not be related...
It's okay.
There's that pointless word, thank you again. I can...
Oh, Rosaria, it's...
If you're looking for the Knights of Favonius, they're busy with those monsters that tried to attack Mondstadt last...
Wasn't that the Abyss?
Indeed. They're gathering in Wolf... Could it be that the... Master Jean has already headed off to Wolvendom? I must... Master Jean said you should stay at...
But... You're also a member of...
Right! We'll go get...
Oh, but please, everyone, be careful.
I see. This could very well have something to do with...
But what is the Abyss Order going to Wolvendom for
No, that's not... Unlike Osile, who was just suppressed, Andreas died long ago. Today, it is just his spirit. The Abyss Herald may just be targeting the spirit of Andreas in an attempt to garner some information from one of the... Don't underestimate the enemy. Let's take them now.
Life goes on. I didn't feel that.
The closer we get to the target, the more enemies that...
Yeah.
Huh?
Why not? Is it because you're afraid of
It has nothing to do with wolves. It's because Boreas was an ancient god, yet he willingly became a servant of the I cannot possibly agree with his actions. Besides, you're the one people like. I'm less likable. I have no problem interacting with people, but interacting with gods, it's just my opinion. But you shouldn't place too much trust in them. But at the same time, don't go too far in the opposite direction. Even if the god in question is your
Don't trust them and don't hunt them.
Lest I repeat the failings of my forebear, I will... The destruction of the nation of Canria by the gods is the reason the Abyss Order now seeks to destroy the nations watched over by the Seven. Well, enough chit-chat.
What a strange man. Yeah, that's true. At the rite of dissension in Liyue, your decision...
Honorary Knight, Paimon, what are you two doing here?
Oh, Master, Rosaria told us that you came...
Then your help is greatly appreciated. The Abyss Order... I just scouted out all of Wolven. Rosaria told me that the Abyss... But the Abyss Order and...
They just like to cause trouble. The Abyss Order already went after Deval...
Regardless, Honorary Knight, this god's spirit... He does not... Okay.
Faster? Okay, faster. I'm fine. Not scared.
Look! Over there, it's Razor! And the Abyss Herald!
You, not welcome here!
You claim to be a guardian, yet your once sharp claws have clearly dulled since your days of godly glory. If you serve us, we can restore...
What the heck is this ceremony? Oh no! Is this...
Wolves never surrender! But this can't go on.
No matter how many... Bow before the abyss!
Motion to compel.
Nice. Wow.
Annihilate!
Boom boom! Time for your arraignment!
Decimate! All life will perish! Abyssal roar! Annihilate!
To ashes!
With the wind!
The end will come!
Orders given. Orders received.
Motion to compel! Wrap up the flame!
Surging tide.
The
end will come. The end is nigh.
Incinerate!
Life goes on.
Surging high. The world will burn.
Motion to compel! Incinerate!
How does an old spirit have such determined will? No matter. There's...
It disappeared.
Thank you. You came. Just in time.
Human Lupercal. I am ashamed that you must see me, but still... The Abyss Herald underestimated my strength.
Lupus Boreas never refuses trial, but scary outsider, not respect trial rules. I too didn't see the trap.
Wait. So you mean the Abyss Order had everything prepared to corrupt Lupus Boreas's mind, then lured him out under the pretense?
Thank you. And you smell danger?
No, we heard about the danger. Paimon's notes doesn't even know what danger smells like. Besides coming to help, we actually have something to ask you about. Excuse us, Mr.
I pay no heed to the contraptions of humans. It entered into my proving ground by accident, but it could not think. Only I eventually damaged it greatly with one of my attacks.
By the sounds of it, it's possible that could have been
Yes.
fireballs. Anyway, this pretty much proves that it sounds like the first one was waste, but in this story, it was damaged at the proving ground while fighting the Wolf of the North.
Don't know.
Yes, we need to keep investigating something super important.
Yes, you too.
Well, that was some good intel. Quick, let's go tell Dane.
Level 3.
This weather's got me in the mood for recite.
Dane, there you...
I saw her, but as both the Lion Fang Knight and acting Grand Master, she naturally... If I'm not careful, one day But back to the matter at hand. I defeated some of the Abyss I see. Well then, we can more...
Huh?
That information combined... For example, the old story you told me you heard... Exactly. The strange story told to you by that young sister, long mistaken to be a curse.
Paimon gets it. So after it was damaged in the fight with the Wolf of the North, then, back then, the people of Mondstadt hadn't seen many ruin
It looks like we need to make a trip to Storm Terror's lair and comb the entire area. What do you mean?
Huh? Oh, Paimon remembers too! We saw that abandoned ruin...
Level 3. Woohoo!
Ad Astra.
This is the last battle for tonight, probably.
This is it, right? Ooh, so what did... Huh?
This requires another. Using elemental sight on a field tiller is of no use. Let me give it a try. And done.
Wow!
The very thing the Abyss Herald has been. All of the ruin guards today are just replicas of this machine.
Prototype?
As the Abyss Order has surmised, and if the limbs of Osial, Overlord of the and this newly born god will have the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia. Yes.
Then, what should we do with this eye?
No.
Huh?
You may doubt me if you wish, but I must ensure it does not. No matter where we may hide it, they will find it. And as for the Church of Favonius...
Oh!
But our work isn't done yet. To avoid any further repercussions, we must also take care of that defiled statue. We can't have the church get involved. Let's handle it ourselves.
Destroy? Well...
Do the Seven really expect me to help them look after what belongs to them? Let's go back to those ruins and destroy the... I'll make sure it doesn't get...
Let's heal.
So after all that running around, we end up right back here again. Look at us. We barely escaped this place last time, and now we're strolling right back in. Gee, surely we must be some of the bravest adventurers in all of Teyvat. That or the stupidest. To get to that creepy statue, we just need to follow the path we used.
Looks like we're in an eerie, lifeless, dark chamber. Be careful to not be overwhelmed by the power of the defiled statue.
You are just as vexatious as I sense your soul is stained by Oh, then we are the same.
It is your words that time to silence!
It's a roar!
Boom boom!
Windblade!
Go.
Back off!
Motion to compel.
We'll revive. Oh.
Inadmissible evidence! Boom boom!
You haven't won yet. Eyes on me!
Motion to compel.
The end is nigh.
Life goes on. Yeah.
The end will come. Surging tide. The world will fall.
Incinerate! Breath of the flame!
Fall!
Go. Opening box of Adepti tricks.
Motion to compel! Yikes! Incinerate!
The end!
Wind blade! With the wind!
The world will fall!
Boom boom!
The world will burn. Princess.
Hey! Could that be?
Ether.
Wait! She just blocked an attack against the Abyss Herald! Your sister?
Ether. Why are you with Dane?
Uh-huh? Your sister?
Lumine.
What's...
You shouldn't team up with this man. He is my enemy.
Lumine.
But it must be said. Don't try to stop me. Don't try to stop the Abyss. That man, Dainsleif, was the Twilight Sword, one of the royal guards of the final dynasty of Conria. 500 years ago, he failed to prevent the destruction of Conria. A curse of immortality was laid upon him to forever wander the wilderness, while he watched the people he was supposed to protect turn into monsters of the Abyss.
You're saying Dane is from Conria? The same Conria that was destroyed 500 years ago? And you said the people turned into monsters? You're trying to tell Paimon that the Abyss Order is not only related to Conria, but is actually the people of Conria themselves? And the whole thing about Dane being your enemy... Paimon...
Home. Yes. Of course. Home is wherever we are together, but I cannot go with you to the next world to find a new home. At least, not yet. Until the Abyss has engulfed the thrones, my war with destiny will see no end. Listen to me, Ether. I have already traveled through this world once. Once you reach the end of your journey as I did, you will see for yourself the true nature of this world. So we'll meet again. Though we need not rush, brother. I have more than enough time to wait for you. We have always had enough time.
Oh, don't be too sad. We'll find them again. Look on the bright side. At least now, as well as the Seven, Dane is also a key part of finding your sibling too, right? That's right. By the way, what they said just now... Oh! First
First off, that Abyss, it seems like your sister is leading the Abyss Order. Even the Abyss Herald answers to her. Still, your sister said that she wants to engulf the thrones and go next thing. Turns out the Abyss Order monsters are really what the people of Conria turned into after their nation was destroyed. And Dane is from Conria too. So that's why your sisters... But if the monsters of the Abyss are the same people that Dane protected all those years ago, then what also... How come, after all this time we spent searching for your sister, it turns out she's on the side of the Abyss? What's up? Yeah, then... We can't. Our journey's not over yet. If your sister wants you to reach the end of your journey, come on, traveler. Let's go.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Alright, so... Okay, Clinton.
Are you okay? Paimon never imagined your sister would have sight. Well, keep your chin up. Paimon believes in both of you. And when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Right? She said we needed to reach the end of our journey, and we won't find out what this journey is or where it will end unless we keep going. Aw, don't mention it, partner. Although, where should we go next? Oh, you mean the god that took... You're right. After all, everything that followed, all this confusion, it all started with her. Ooh, well, we've ruled out 2 gods so far, the Animo and Geo Archons. Paimon doesn't think... Why don't we ask someone from Inazuma how to gain entrance? Oh, Paimon's thought of someone already. Let's see what she has.
shit.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
Oh well. So that's all for now. So we're going to continue on the next adventure, which is Inazuma 11. Right, thanks for watching.